So, what's up everyone, it's Payush here, and today we're diving into something that's foundational to pretty much everything we do in tech, in school, and in our careers. We're talking about computer skills. But not just any skills, we're looking ahead. Are your computer skills actually ready for 2025? It's a simple question, but the answer might genuinely surprise you. We've all gotten comfortable with a certain set of tools, a certain way of working, but the landscape is shifting faster than ever. What was good enough yesterday is quickly becoming the bare minimum for tomorrow, and you don't want to get left behind in that transition. The thing is, we often overestimate our own proficiency. We think because we can browse the web, send an email, or type up a document, we've got it all covered. But what we're going to break down today goes way beyond those basics. We're talking about the specific high-impact skills that will not just help you keep up, but will actively put you ahead of the curve. These are the skills that make you more efficient, more valuable, and more adaptable in a world that's increasingly digital. We'll be going through the top 10 step by step, and trust me, number 7 is a straight-up game changer that you won't want to miss. We're going to cover everything from the fundamentals you thought you mastered to the cutting-edge tools that are redefining productivity as we speak. This isn't just a list, it's a roadmap. A guide to help you identify the gaps in your own skill set and give you the resources to start filling them today, for free. The goal here is to make sure that when 2025 rolls around, you're not just ready, you're leading the pack. So if you're ready to level up your digital game and future-proof your career, you're in the right place. This is going to be a good one. Before we jump into the full list, if you're into content that helps you get better with tech, become more productive, and stay ahead of the curve, definitely hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's next. And if you get any value out of this video, you know what to do with that like button. It really helps the channel out and tells me you want more content like this. Alright, enough talk, let's get into it. Let's start with the first, and arguably one of the most underrated skills on this entire list. Typing speed is fundamental. The time saved from faster, accurate typing is massive. Type as fast as you think, eliminating the bottleneck between your brain and the computer. Use free tools like keyboard.com and 10fastfingers.com. Improving typing speed is a high-leverage activity. Pair typing speed with keyboard shortcuts to accelerate actions. Master shortcuts for apps you use daily. Use Ctrl plus C, Ctrl plus V, Ctrl plus Z, and Ctrl plus Shift plus T. Become a power user in complete command. Combine speed and shortcuts for computer flow. Alright, moving on to number 2. This is the undisputed heavyweight champion of Office productivity suites, Microsoft Office and its cloud-based rival, Google Workspace. For decades, proficiency in Word, Excel, and PowerPoint has been a non-negotiable line item on almost every resume, and that hasn't changed. If anything, the expectation of proficiency has gone up. In 2025, just knowing how to open a document and type isn't enough. You're expected to have a deeper, more functional mastery of these tools to collaborate effectively and produce professional-grade work, whether you're a student or a seasoned executive. Let's break it down, starting with word processors like Microsoft Word and Google Docs. These are the bedrock of communication. Beyond just writing text, true mastery means understanding how to use styles for consistent formatting, creating a clickable table of contents for long reports, using track changes and comments for seamless collaboration, and properly managing headers, footers, and page numbers. It's the difference between a document that looks amateurish and one that is polished, professional, and easy to navigate. These features are built in for a reason. They save time and elevate the quality of your output significantly. Then we have presentation software, PowerPoint and Google Slides. In our visually driven world, the ability to create a compelling presentation is a critical skill. This goes beyond just throwing some bullet points on a slide. It means understanding slide masters to maintain a consistent design, knowing how to embed charts and videos effectively, and using animations and transitions tastefully to emphasize points rather than distract from them. A great presentation can win a contract, ace a project, or teach a complex topic. A bad one can put your audience to sleep. The tool is only as good as the user's ability to wield it. The bottom line is that these suites are the common language of the modern workplace and academic world. When a colleague sends you a spreadsheet or a collaborator shares a document, there's an implicit expectation that you can open it, understand it, and contribute to it efficiently. Lacking this core competency is like trying to work in an office where you don't speak the language. It creates friction, slows down projects, and can limit your career opportunities. So, mastering these tools isn't just a nice to have, It's a fundamental requirement for professional relevance. Now, let's talk about the tool that, for many, is the most powerful and intimidating of the bunch: spreadsheets. Microsoft Excel and Google Sheets are far more than just digital ledgers for making lists. They are incredibly robust data analysis and modeling tools that are essential in almost every single industry, from finance and marketing to engineering and scientific research. At a basic level, you need to be comfortable with creating and formatting tables, using basic formulas like sum, average, and count, and sorting and filtering data to find what you need quickly. This is the absolute floor. To really stand out in 2025, you need to go deeper. This means getting comfortable with more advanced functions like VLOOKUP or its modern successor XLOOKUP to pull data from one table into another. It means learning how to create pivot tables, a truly transformative skill that allows you to summarize and analyze massive data sets with just a few clicks. Being the person on the team who can take a giant, messy spreadsheet and quickly turn it into a clear, insightful report is an incredibly valuable position to be in. It's a skill that makes you indispensable. And let's not forget the collaborative power built into these platforms, especially Google Workspace. The ability to have multiple people working in the same document, spreadsheet, or presentation in real time is no longer a novelty. It's the standard workflow for many teams. Understanding how to use comments, suggest edits, and manage version history is crucial for smooth teamwork. It avoids the nightmare of having multiple versions of the same file saved on different computers, which is a recipe for disaster. Seamless real-time collaboration is a skill in and of itself. So the takeaway here is this: don't just be a user of these suites, be a power user. Don't be satisfied with knowing just enough to get by. Invest the time to learn the deeper features. Watch tutorials, take a free online course, or just open a blank document and start experimenting with the menus and options you've never clicked on before. A deep knowledge of MS Office or Google Workspace is one of the most practical and universally applicable skills you can build, and it will pay you back in every single project you work on. Skill number 3, professional email writing. Email is still the heavyweight champion of formal communication. It's how job offers are sent and how you build a reputation. It's a fundamental part of how people perceive your competence. A clear subject line is non-negotiable. Use professional greetings and sign-offs. Keep the body concise using short paragraphs and bullet points. Use tools like Grammarly. Use templates to save time. Practice writing emails for different scenarios. It's a skill that pays dividends for your entire career. Skill number 4, cloud storage and file management. Your digital life needs to be accessible and organized no matter the device. Services like Google Drive, Dropbox, and Microsoft OneDrive are complete ecosystems for file storage and collaboration. The real power of cloud storage is collaboration. You need a logical folder structure and a consistent naming convention for your files. Your digital filing cabinet needs the occasional cleanup. A well-managed cloud drive is a sign of an organized professional. Alright, let's get serious for a minute with skill number 5, Cybersecurity Basics. This isn't just for IT pros or hackers in hoodies. This is for everyone. We live so much of our lives online, our banking, our social connections, our work, our personal data, and failing to protect that information is like leaving the front door of your house wide open. Understanding the fundamentals of cybersecurity is no longer optional. It's a critical life skill for navigating the modern world safely. The threats are real, but the good news is that the basic defenses are actually pretty straightforward to implement. The absolute foundation of your personal security is password hygiene. And let's be honest, most people are still doing it wrong. Using password 123 or your pet's name for everything is a recipe for disaster. A strong password should be long, think 12 characters or more, and it should be a random mix of uppercase letters, lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols. But here's the problem. Who can remember dozens of unique, complex passwords? Nobody. That's why the single best thing you can do for your security is to start using a password manager. A password manager like Bitwarden, 1Password, or LastPass does two things perfectly. First, it generates incredibly strong, unique passwords for every single site and service you use. Second, it remembers all of them for you, secured behind one single strong master password. This is a game changer. It means that if one site gets breached, and let's be real, sites get breached all the time, the attackers only get the password for that one site. They can't use it to get into your email, your bank, or your social media. It compartmentalizes the risk, which is a core principle of good security. So the takeaway here is simple. Stop reusing passwords immediately. Get a password manager, create a very strong master password for it that you can actually remember, maybe a short, memorable sentence, and let the manager handle the rest. It will automatically fill in your login details on websites and apps, making your life both more secure and more convenient. It might feel like a little bit of a hassle to set up initially, but the peace of mind it provides is immeasurable. This is the single most impactful security step you can take, period. Once you have your password situation sorted out, the next layer of your digital fortress is two-factor authentication, or 2FA. You've definitely seen this before. It's when you log in with your password, and then the site asks for a second piece of information, usually a 6-digit code sent to your phone or generated by an authenticator app. What this does is protect you even if someone manages to steal your password. Without that second factor, your phone, the attacker is still locked out. It's like having a second deadbolt on your digital front door. You should enable 2FA on every important account that offers it. Your primary email, your banking apps, your social media, your cloud storage, everything. While getting a code via SMS text message is better than nothing, the more secure method is to use an authenticator app like Google Authenticator, Microsoft Authenticator, or Authy. These apps generate the codes directly on your device so they can't be intercepted like a text message can. It takes an extra 5 seconds to log in, but that 5 seconds can be the difference between a close call and a catastrophic data breach of your personal life. The third piece of the puzzle is being aware of the software you're running and keeping it updated. This goes for your operating system, Windows, macOS, Android, iOS, and all the applications you use, especially your web browser. When companies release updates, they aren't just adding new features, they're often patching security vulnerabilities that have been discovered. Running outdated software is like walking around with a known, unpatched hole in your armor. Set your devices to update automatically whenever possible. It's a simple, passive way to stay protected from a huge number of common threats. Finally, a good antivirus and anti-malware program is still a crucial tool, especially on Windows PCs. While modern operating systems have gotten much better at built-in protection, a dedicated security suite like Malwarebytes or even the built-in Windows Defender provides an essential line of defense against malicious files you might accidentally download or phishing links you might click. It's your digital immune system, constantly scanning for threats in the background. Combining strong, unique passwords, two-factor authentication, regular updates, and good antivirus software creates a robust, layered defense that makes you a much harder target for bad actors online. Let's talk about AI tools. These are practical, accessible tools that you can start using right now. Think of them as the ultimate assistant, handling repetitive tasks and freeing your mental bandwidth. ChatGPT is a language model that can draft emails, brainstorm ideas, and debug code. Notion AI integrates seamlessly into your workflow. Use AI-generated text as a starting point, build upon it with your own voice, and always fact-check. Start experimenting to see how AI can work for you today. Data handling in spreadsheets like Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets is universally required in the professional world. Master formulas, organize data with clear headers, and sort, filter effectively. Use charts to communicate insights. Pivot tables summarize data, revealing sales by region or product without complex formulas. Start with sample datasets, replicate tutorials, and answer data questions to enhance your skills. Okay, let's dive into our next skill, and this one might seem a little intimidating to some, but it's more accessible than ever: basic coding. And I want to be clear here, I'm not saying you need to become a full-stack software engineer. I'm talking about understanding the fundamental languages that power the digital world, specifically HTML, CSS, and maybe a little bit of Python. Having a foundational knowledge of these can open up a surprising number of doors, whether you're looking to get into tech, boost your creative projects, or just become a more empowered user of technology. Let's start with the duo that builds the entire visual web: HTML and CSS. Think of it like this. HTML, or hypertext markup language, is the skeleton of a web page. It provides the basic structure and content, the headings, the paragraphs, the images, the links. It's the raw information, the nouns and verbs of the page. Learning HTML is essentially learning how to structure content in a way that a web browser can understand and render. It's surprisingly straightforward based on a system of tags that define different elements on the page. Now, if HTML is the skeleton, then CSS, or cascading style sheets, is the skin, the clothes, and the style. It's what takes that raw HTML structure and makes it look good. CSS controls everything visual: the colors, the fonts, the spacing, the layout, and even animations. This is where the design happens. Learning basic CSS means you can take a plain-looking web page and customize it to your heart's content. You can change the font size of your headings, set the background color of your page, or arrange elements into columns. It's the language of web design. The best part about HTML and CSS is that you don't need any special software to get started. All you need is a simple text editor, like Notepad on Windows or TextEdit on a Mac, and a web browser. You can literally write a line of HTML, save it as an .html file, and double-click to open it in Chrome or Safari. This immediate feedback loop makes learning incredibly engaging. You make a small change to the code, refresh the browser, and see the result instantly. It's a very hands-on and rewarding way to learn your first programming-adjacent skill. Now let's talk about the third language I mentioned, Python. While HTML and CSS are about presentation and structure, Python is a general-purpose programming language that's all about logic and automation. It has a reputation for being one of the easiest programming languages to learn because its syntax is clean, readable, and almost like plain English. You don't need to be a computer science genius to understand what a simple Python script is doing, which makes it an excellent entry point into the world of actual coding. So what can you do with basic Python? The possibilities are huge, but a great place to start is with simple automation scripts. Imagine you have a boring, repetitive task you have to do every day, like renaming 100 files or copying data from a spreadsheet into a text document. You can write a short Python script to do that for you in seconds. This isn't just about saving time, it's about learning to think like a programmer, breaking down a problem into a series of logical steps that a computer can execute. This kind of thinking is a valuable skill in itself. The career implications are significant. Even a basic understanding of these languages can be a huge differentiator on your resume. If you're a marketer who knows a little HTML and CSS, you can make quick edits to a landing page without waiting for a developer. If you're a data analyst who knows some Python, you can write scripts to clean and process data automatically. For aspiring freelancers, these skills are gold. You can build simple websites for small businesses, customize WordPress themes, or offer automation services. It adds a powerful technical layer to your existing skill set. So, where do you go to learn all this? The good news is there's an incredible wealth of free, high-quality resources online. Platforms like FreeCodeCamp offer comprehensive project-based curriculums for HTML, CSS, and Python, taking you from zero to competent, all for free. Sites like SoloLearn offer bite-sized, mobile-friendly lessons that are perfect for learning on the go. The key is to just start. Pick one language, maybe start with HTML, and commit to spending 30 minutes a day on it. You'll be genuinely surprised at how quickly you can pick it up and start building real things. Basic design skills are crucial in today's visual economy. Understanding design principles makes your work look professional and communicates your message effectively. Tools like Canva have democratized design. For more control, Figma is a powerhouse tool with a generous free tier. Use Canva for presentations or try recreating social media ads. Good design is non-negotiable and a core communication skill. Empower yourself with design basics. It enhances your brand and communication. Video conferencing tools like Zoom and Microsoft Teams have become the new office. Knowing how to use these tools reflects your digital competence. Use virtual backgrounds, breakout rooms, and understand meeting etiquette. Teams integrates with Office 365 for real-time document collaboration and file sharing. Recording and transcription are game changers, creating searchable text documents of meetings. Interactive features like polls and whiteboards transform presentations into engaging workshops. Mastering these platforms is essential for the modern workplace. So there you have it, 10 essential computer skills that will set you up for success in 2025. We've covered a lot of ground here, from the foundational efficiency of fast typing and mastering your Office suite, to the modern necessities of cybersecurity basics and knowing your way around AI tools. We talked about the power of data handling and spreadsheets, the creative advantage of basic coding and design skills, and finally, the professional polish that comes from mastering video conferencing. Each one of these skills is a powerful tool in its own right, a building block for a stronger, more versatile digital skill set. You don't need to become an absolute master of all 10 of these overnight. That's not the goal. The goal is to be aware of them, to understand why they're important, and to start making small, consistent efforts to improve. Pick one, just one that feels most relevant or interesting to you right now. Maybe it's finally getting your typing speed over 60 words per minute using a free practice site. Or maybe it's diving into Canva to redesign your resume, or even just watching a few tutorials on pivot tables in Excel. The key is to start. The digital landscape is always changing, but these skills represent a solid foundation that will serve you well no matter what comes next. They are about working smarter, not just harder. They're about communicating more clearly, creating more professionally, and protecting yourself in an increasingly digital world. Investing time in learning these skills is a direct investment in your future career prospects, your productivity, and your confidence. So the big question is, what's your next move? What's the one skill from this list that you're going to start working on this week? I'm genuinely curious to see what you guys are focusing on. Let me know down in the comments which skill you're going to start learning first. And of course, if you found this video helpful, and you want to see more content like this breaking down the tech skills you need for the future, do me a huge favor and hit that like button, share it with someone who might need it, and definitely subscribe to Next Gen IT Learning for new videos every single week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.